Make sure and see what the deal is. We got a good group of people on. Good morning. All right, let's get to it. So you may want to grab a block or two for the help with spinal elongation and maybe tight hamstrings. Honey's here on the couch. She says hello. And we're going to come laying down onto the back. Just turn up the tunes a little bit. We're going to warm up the low back and the hips. Arms out to the T. Rock from side to side. Okay, I thought she wanted to play. All right, let's roll in circles. She's actually been really wonderful. She's there when I start class, and then once I start teaching, she tends to like disappear, and then she comes back for the sound bath. It's perfect. Closing the eyes. Start breathing through the nose, navel centers engaged. Low back presses to the mat. And hold center and switch direction. Keep the breath rolling through. Inhale, hold center. Exhale, twist the knees together to the right. Right hand touches the outer left knee. Left hand stretches out long onto the ground. Try and keep that shoulder grounded. Navel's drawn into the spine here. And breathe into the stretch. It's a nice stretch into the low back, into the side body, and into that left shoulder. My shoulders have been really tight when I sleep, and I realize I wake up and my arms are like up over my head and behind my head. And if any of you have ever fallen asleep like that, it's not fun. Right arm extends out, and it seems to be happening compulsively to me. Every morning I wake up and my arms are up behind my head and they're numb. And I'm like, why am I doing this in my sleep? Stretching through the low back, stretching through the shoulder. All right, come center. And let's draw the knees toward the chest. Flex the soles of the feet to the sky. Grab onto side edges of the feet. Flatten out through the spine. Lengthen through the tail. Chin is to the chest. And we rock from side to side, gently and happy baby. Feeling those inner thighs and hamstrings start to open up as you breathe. Maybe you could start to spread the feet a little bit wider away from one another as you do this. Creating a little bit more opening in the hips and the inner thighs and the hamstrings. And hold center. Let's slide the hands down the thighs, extend the legs up to the sky, flex through the feet, and then wide straddle stretch, roll through the ankles. Really engaging through the legs and pressing through the sole of the feet so you can feel the inner thighs stretch out and lengthen. Reverse the roll of the ankles. And maybe if you have nice flexibility in the inner thighs, the hands can come to the inner thighs and encourage those legs open just a little bit further. You be the judge of that for yourself. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, bend the knees, hands come under the shins. Let's rock up and down the length of the spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, massaging the spine, using the breath in coordination with movements. And let's rock it up, seated cross-leg position. Just a few little Sufi circles and some side body stretches before we get going. Hands are on the shins. Let's inhale, roll forward. Exhale, round back. Stirring into the abdomen. As I mentioned today, we're going to be doing some core work, which I think for a lot of us is probably a welcomed endeavor. If you've been eating a lot, kind of a little sedentary, but from the description of what a lot of you are saying, you're out there like on the bike, on the paths, hiking and enjoying the outdoors, which is so awesome. And, so typical of us in the yoga community. It's like, okay, something happened, I gotta respond. And we're all so flexible in that way. It's what I love about the yoga community. It's just such a wonderful group of people. And I miss seeing you guys in person. I really do. Our Sundays are very sacred to me. All right, let's go for 2 more in this direction. And then hold center and reverse. Inhale forward, exhale back. Loosen up through the hips, loosen up through the low back. And massaging those internal organs. Getting that blood flow. Moving what we call peristalsis in the intestines, creating the stimulation of that elimination energy in the body, promoting digestion and all sorts of good things. 2 more. All right. Inhale, lift center, flex through the heart and round through the back. Inhale, exhale. Close the eyes, draw them up to third eye center, flex through the spine. We're distributing prana throughout the body by way of the central channel of the spine, opening it up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down away from the ears. Hands come onto the shoulders. Let's inhale, twist left, exhale, twist right. Head follows the same direction as the shoulders. And the breath is nice and strong. We're again massaging and stimulating the low body glands and organs, loosening up the low back. And this is a really wonderful exercise to tighten up the waistline, those corset of muscles in the core center. This is a really tightening exercise. Kind of whittling down the waistline through this nice tightening exercise, strengthening and liberating, right? We're liberating tension in the spine, helping realign the vertebrae, so extend through the crown of the head, allow the whole spine to take benefit from this exercise. Let's go for 5 more. Two more. And last one. Inhale, reach the arms center. Exhale, cycle them down through that energy field. And let's take the left arm, sweep it up, and switch. So I bring this topic up a lot, especially when I do this exercise, because it reminds me of the energy field around the body. A lot of times people think of it as woo-woo, new age, kind of BS when we talk about the auric field. But the reality is that there is an energy field around the body. Anything that emits a charge in our heart, our brain, right, has sort of currents of energy that are picked up as current, electric current, right? And so anything that holds a charge like that emits a field. So our whole body, even at the cellular level, is emitting a charge. And so, of course, we have a field of energy around the body, and it can impact those around us. We can strengthen it. We have the tendency to minimize it through certain behaviors, actions, and foods. All right, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one to the left, and with the right, inhale, sweep up high. Exhale, hinge, bow forward. Tent up on those fingers, tuck the chin to the chest, stretch through the low back, navel draws to the spine, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath on this side. And then inhale, slide it up. Sweep those arms right back up and switch the cross of the legs. And then hinge again, bow forward, tent up on the fingers. Chin to the chest, shoulders away from the ears, and stretch. Navel draws to the spine. Final breath, inhale. And exhale. Look forward and roll over onto the hands and knees in tabletop position. My mat got a little out of sorts. Okay. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Now, before we begin our cat-cows, I want everyone to take a neutral spine. So we have a tendency to dump in the belly sometimes, which is okay if we're moving through cow pose. But I want you guys to tuck that belly in and lengthen through the tail so we have a neutral spine. And we're going to do some planky work today. We may do some side plank and things like that. So I want you to stretch into the wrists. And if this is tender, just flipping the hands over like that, feel free to walk the knees in a little closer. And let's try to engage the triceps by turning the eyes of the elbows forward. Stretching through the front of the wrists. And this may feel intense for some of you because we get really tight in the wrists, especially if you do a lot of computer work or a lot of manipulation with the hands, digital manipulation, and by digits I mean fingers. You may be very tight in the forearms and the wrists. All right, and then slowly back it off. And then turn the fingers toward the toe or toward the knees. I guess they could be toward the toes too, but. And then again, eyes of the elbows forward, shoulders pull away from the ears and stretch. Maybe sit those hips back a little bit. Feel a stretch in that inner wrist and forearm. Just take a few breaths here. This may be, for some of you, the most intense exercise we do today. I know my wrist can be a little tight. All right, so let's flip them forward, shake it out. And let's come into cat-cows. Inhale, lift chin and tail. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, exhale. Breath is powerful through the nose. And eyes are drawn up to third eye center. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift chin and tail. Inhale. Exhale, round, tuck, and dome. All right, come center. Let's keep those hips directly over the knees and then slide the arms forward. Chest comes down, belly comes toward the thighs. Chin is to the ground or forehead is to the ground. Press strong through the hands and breathe long and deep. See if you can direct those shoulder blades away from the ears. Navel draws into the spine, feeling a nice stretch in the abdomen in the area of the solar plexus. All right, one more breath. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk it up, hands come up under the shoulders. And let's come into a downward dog. Spread wide through the fingers, engage into the fingertips and knuckles. Eyes of the elbows turn together and toward the sky. And let's pedal through the feet, wag through the tail, navel's tight to the spine. And that head drops. Chin is to the chest. Shake that head heavy like it's a ripe piece of fruit hanging off a branch. And just loosen up through the back of the legs, through the hamstrings, into the IT bands as you wag the hips from side to side. Good. And now ground both heels to the best of your ability. Navel draws into the spine. Bathroom muscles engaged, so pull up root lock and let that head shake loose. Take a few breaths here. Shoulders away from the ears. Aren't you grateful for your yoga practice during all this? What a saving grace. All right, inhale, lift up high on the toes. Bend the knees, look to the hands, and then gently step toward the hands. Feet are hips distance apart, hands are on the shins. Inhale, lift to a flat spine and extend through the crown of the head. Navel's pulled in, creating length, and you're going to feel the length in the spine and the length in the hamstrings here. Gently bend into the knees, bow forward, grab onto opposite elbows, and like a pendulum, just rock from side to side, releasing some of that spinal compression, releasing the tension in the muscles that support the ribs, side body, and low back. It should feel really nice and nothing too jarring into the hamstrings. If it feels too much in the hamstrings, bend the knees a little bit more. And come back center. Release those hands, press into the feet, sweep up wide, high to stand, hands up overhead. I know I'm out of the screen, I apologize. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up wide, hands up overhead. Exhale, bow forward, hands come down, ground the hands, slide it back, high plank. Navel tight, tail is long, hands are under the shoulders, engaging into the quad, inner thighs, navel center. With or without the support of your knees, bend into the elbows, come down onto the belly. Inhale, low cobra. Only go as high as the low back allows, pressing onto those tops of your feet. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come down. Now I'm going to take my left hand, my left arm, and I'm going to extend it onto the ground long, like a half of a T. My palm is faced on the ground, face down on the ground, and my right hand is under my right shoulder. I'm going to use my right hand to roll my body over on top of my extended left arm. My left leg slides forward, and my right leg rises up high to the sky. Now, maybe you can grab on to the big right toe. Maybe you can grab onto the shin or ankle or hamstring, right? Either way, we're using that arm to keep a nice active leg and pull it closer toward the body. And then open up, belly turns up to the sky a little bit. You'll feel a nice stretch in the left shoulder and in the front of the chest. Breathing in through the nose. One more time, inhale. Now exhale, bend that right knee, grab the change of the hand onto the foot, and then take that foot, tuck it back behind you, kick the foot away from the body as the hand grabs onto foot or ankle, stretching again through the front of the heart, both shoulders, and hip flexor and quad on the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that nice stretch in the front of the leg. Inhale. Last time, in through the nose. And exhale, release. Pull that left leg back in under the body. Come down onto the belly. Right arm extends out long. Palm faces down on the ground. Left hand comes in under the shoulder. We roll the body over. Slide the right foot forward for balance and stability. Left leg comes up high to the sky, and either you're grabbing on to the hamstring, the calf, or the big toe. And just breathe into this stretch here. Feeling that right shoulder get a nice opening stretch. Hamstring, inner thigh. One more full breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knee. Hand grabs onto the foot or ankle. Kick that foot behind you and stretch open through hip flexor and quad here. The further you can kick that foot away from the body, the deeper the stretch in both the quad hip flexor and the left shoulder. Try and see if you can rest that head on the ground. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Good job. Hands come under the shoulders. And let's press ourselves up, tabletop, curl the toes under, downward dog. Chin to the chest, wag the tail, pedal the feet. And let's just roll through a couple sun salutations here, getting the body warmed up, moving some energy through. Let's inhale, lift up high in the toes. Bend the knees, lift to hands, gently step or hop into hands. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep, rise it up. Exhale, hinge and bow. Inhale, lift flat spine. Exhale, ground hands, slide it back, high plank, with or without knees, chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Inhale, lift up high on toes. Bend the knees, step or hop to the hands. Inhale, lift flat spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep and rise. Exhale, hinge and bow. Inhale, lift flat spine. Exhale, ground hands, slide it back, high plank, with or without knees. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, lift toes. Exhale, bend knees, step or hop. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep to rise, join the palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep to rise. Exhale, hinge to bow. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, ground hands, slide it back, high. Inhale, low, upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward dog. All right, good job. Let's take that right leg, rise it up high behind. Ground through that left heel, reach that right leg up high behind. Right leg lifts up a little bit higher and you're going to feel a stretch in that left hamstring. Keep the shoulders parallel to the ground. One more breath. Exhale, slide that right foot between the hands, ground the left knee. I'm out of frame a little bit, aren't I? All right, hands up overhead. Exhale, sink the hips toward the right heel. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's really lift the heart to the sky, sink the hips toward the heel. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, ground the hands in front of that right foot. Let's lift up and launch that left leg up high behind you. Blocks may come in under the hands. I'm going to step back a little bit. Blocks or tented fingers, long through the spine, extending through the crown of the head. And then just gently walk the hands back toward that right foot, nose toward the knee. Try and lift that leg up high behind you, shake the leg, standing split. Breathe. One more time, inhale. And exhale, step the left foot to meet the right. Sink the hips down, rise up chair pose. Navel tight, tail is long. Let's take the hands to the heart center. Twist. Taking left elbow, cross it over right knee. Hands come to the heart center, knees stay in alignment. Let's gaze up over the right shoulder. Twisting into the abdomen here, twisting into the spine. And then use your breath. This is a nice navel activating exercise, a nice detoxing exercise. Brings a lot of circulation into the abdominal center. A lot of circulation into the hips and thighs. Breathing. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, release. Sweep it up high. Stand up. Rise those hands up overhead. And then bring the hands to the heart center. I'm going to slide my right leg forward. I'm going to slide my left leg back. And I'm going to come into a warrior one. Reach the arms up high. Inhale. Exhale, belly turns to the left. Right forearm grounds on the right thigh. Left arm reaches up high to the sky. Feel that inner thigh and hamstring. Engaging into that left thigh. Inhale. Exhale, look down to the right foot. Left hand sweeps up on the back thigh. Right hand reaches up. Keep that deep front thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel it down. Ground the hands. Slide that right foot back. Chaturanga push-up. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Head hangs heavy. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's take that left leg high behind. Extend through the leg, ground through that right heel. Feel the left glute engage. Shoulders away, inhale. Exhale. One more time. As you exhale, slide that left foot between the hands. Ground the right knee. Sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. Sink the hips toward the heels. Heart up to the sky. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe close the eyes to breathe. Keep those arms long and engaged. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bow forward, hands come down. Let's slide that left foot back. Rise up and launch that right foot up high behind you. Long through the spine, extend through the crown of the head. And then exhale. Bow forward, walk the hands toward the foot, nose to the knee, launch that leg up high, navel to the spine, feel that hamstring. On the left side, really open up here. Shake that head loose. We tend to hold a lot of tension as we bend forward into the neck and shoulders. One more time. As you exhale, step. Right foot to meet left. Inhale, rise to chair pose. Again, sink the hips, navel tight, tail is long, arms reach. Draw that belly in, turn that tail down. Hands come to heart center. Let's twist. Right elbow across left. Navel draws to the spine. Knees are in alignment. Hands endeavoring toward the center of the chest. And breathe. Bringing out the organs, allowing for more oxygenation, more circulation. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. Sweep up high, inhale. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Let's take that left foot stepping forward. Right leg slides back. We're in warrior one. Anchor strong through that back foot. Let's take the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, navel turns to the right side, left forearm grounds on the thigh. Right hand reaches up high to the sky. Inhale. Feel inner thigh, feel hamstring. And remember to keep energy moving through the arms and through the hands. You don't want like dead limp hands and fingers. Feel the energy moving through the hands. Alive fingers. One more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, look down with the foot. Sweep it up. Reverse. Sink into that thigh. Stretch through the arm. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the heat generating in that thigh. A little bit uncomfortable. Allow it to be. Last time. Exhale. Cartwheel it down. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale. Low cobra or upward dog. Exhale. Press back. Downward dog. Good. Chin to the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Shake it out. Right leg rises up high behind. Bend that right knee and then open the hip. Belly turns to the right side, but try and keep that chest parallel to the ground. Stretching open through the hip flexor into the psoas and the deep muscles that support the pelvic girdle. Now see if you could draw your navel to the spine and stretch a little bit further through the belly. Apply some gravity to that right foot. One more breath, inhale. Now exhale, ground that foot. Come into a high plank. All right, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to walk it under the center of my chest. And then I'm going to turn my hips so they face the right side of the room, staggering my feet, one in front of the other. My right arm comes up to the sky. Now feel free, if you'd like, to ground that left knee, okay? Otherwise, you may want to stay staggered with the feet. Engage into those fingertips and knuckles to support the wrist, and then maybe you want to stack one foot on top of the other. Press the side body up to the sky. Reach that arm overhead. Now you may want to stay here. Or take that right foot grounded behind you. Lift the hips up, heart to the sky. Rock star for 3. Press the hips up. One more time. And exhale. Heart turns down. Come on to the knees. Knees are together, butt to the heels. Let's wrap the hands around behind, grab onto the heels, and tuck the crown of the head onto the ground, chin to the chest. And then lift the hips and pull on the feet, rabbit pose. What this position does is creates a lot of length at the back of the neck, through the whole spinal column, removing compression. So have a good grip on the heels and dome that back, tuck the tail. Hollow out the belly. One more time. Sit the heels back. Hands come up under the shoulders. And let's curl the toes under, press back, downward dog. All right, we got side plank and rock star on the other side. You guys ready? Let's take the left leg up high behind. Inhale. Bend that knee, open the hip. Keep the chest parallel to the ground. Stretch through that belly center into the psoas. Right hamstring opening up. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Ground that foot. Let's slide forward into high plank. Now, my right hand walks in under my heart. I stagger my feet, turn my hips, lift my left arm up. Okay, you can ground that right knee if you like for more support. Or if you're in the staggered position, you may want to stack one foot on top of the other. Left arm reaches up overhead, pressing that side body up. Let's maybe, if you're ready, take that left foot, step it behind, hips and heart to the sky, reach that left arm up and over. Breathe. For 3. Stay in it. Breathe through it. Last time. And exhale. Heart turns down. High plank. And let's walk the feet in under the body. Heels come together. Butt sinks down. Walk the arms forward, knees spread wide. Let gravity really take on those hips. Chin to the chest. And breathe. Feel as if you have a big sandbag on your tailbone, and then 2 sandbags on either wrist. And feel what that would feel like to employ a stretch from those 2 endpoints through the length of your spine, through the muscles of the back. Spread those knees out wide. Breathe into the ribs. All right, inhale, look forward. Let's walk the hands in. Let the butt sink down and extend the legs forward. All right. Now we're going to do a little ab stuff, as I promised or warned, whichever camp you're in. We're going to start with V-sit position. So I'm going to tuck my feet in a little bit, bend into my knees so I can really employ a long, straight spine. My arms are going to reach out in front of me. My navel, as you can see, is pulling in nice and tight. I'm going to take one leg up and then the other. Okay, so boat pose. Now, you can always feel free if you're tight in the hamstrings, in the hip flexors, to bend the knees. There's no shame in that game whatsoever. Okay, this employs a lot of intensity in the thighs and the hip flexors. Now we're going to recline down and lift up. Recline down and lift up. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, no holding the breath, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bend the knees. Sitting upright. Right hand grounds behind you. Left arm twists across. Shoulders down and away. Lift through the heart. And really facilitate a nice deep twist here. Breathe. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Head turns forward, release the twist. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So my left hand grounds behind the tail. My right hand comes across. I lift through the heart and twist through the spine. Use those grounded legs as a leverage point for your twist. And no holding the breath. Really breathe into this twist. One more breath. All right, come back center. You thought we were done with them, but that was just the first set. There's only 2 sets, admittedly. All right, so my arms reach forward, lengthen the spine, legs come up either to a bent knee position or extended. Let me slide myself back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold. Whether knees are bent or knees are extended, just hold the position, but don't hold the breath. Lengthen and lift, shoulders away from the ears. Good. Let's release, come down, laying on the back. Just a little bit more for the abs. All right. Hands come behind my head. Elbows are out wide to the side. My knees shoot up straight up from the pelvis, right? So this is my knees tucking in a little bit beyond the pelvis. Also beyond the pelvis. This is directly above the pelvis. I'm going to lift up. Hands are supporting my head. And I'm going to go for bicycles. So I'm going to switch, twist. Elbow touches the outside of opposite knee. And switch. Here we go. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Hold here on that twist. Engage. And other side. Engage. All right. Knees to the chest. Wrap forearms around the shins. Let's cross at the shins. Hands come under the knees. Come over and then come standing on the knees. All right. My tail's turned down. My feet are grounded, either the tops of the foot or the toes. My preference is always to curl the toes under because that allows my heels to be a point of access when I'm doing Camel Pose. I almost forgot the name of it. All right, tail's long. Let's bring the hands down onto the sacrum. Press the pelvis forward, shoulders back and away. Chin can either stay toward the chest or let that head hang back. Now this may be where you're comfortable staying. If you'd like to go further, see if you want to take one hand down to the heel, other hand down to the heel. Engage bathroom muscles, navel center. Press the pelvis forward. Lift through the heart, shoulders drop back, and breathe. Grounding strong through the knees, feeling the stretch in the quads and the hip flexors. If you want to take it a step further, left arm rises up, bicep next to the ear, lean it back. And then cycle that arm around. Let's switch to the other arm. Really reach through the thighs, through the belly. One more time. Inhale. Cycle it around. Now, either stay here with the hands on the heels or both arms. Press those hips forward. Navel engages to support low back. And exhale. Butt comes back to the heels. Knees together again. And let's one more time do rabbit pose. Now I know in class when we do rabbit pose, there's a lot of cueing I do because people are placing their forehead on the ground. Right, and that's not creating length in the low back. It's actually creating kind of a kink in the low back, in the low neck, in the upper neck. So what we want to do with the head is really tuck the chin to the chest and put the crown of the head on the ground. Hands grab onto the heels or the or the shins. And then lift the butt up off the ground. As you grip on to the fabric of your pants or grip onto the heels and really feel that stretching and doming of the low back. So today's class is not only on strengthening the core, but also in lengthening the core, creating expansion and contraction. And the core is not just the front of the midsection, but the back too. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Hands come up under the shoulders. Let's bring it into a tabletop position. I'm going to take my right knee to my right wrist and prep for pigeon pose. So my right heel is moving toward the left of my mat and my left leg slides back. You can take a block or a pillow or anything that you have, a blanket. Slide it under the right hip if you need some support. Maybe take a block under the chest if you need some support there, or even under the forehead. And before we actually come down, I want you guys to lift up through the heart. Press up through the hands, let those hips sink, let the torso rise. And then slowly walk it down. Take your time with this pose. It's such a healing pose. Helps us with any chronic low back and hip pain. Helps us with kind of emotional repressions, right? When we repress emotionally, that is energy being held within. And the hips are a very dense energy center, and they hold a lot of dense energy. So this is a great place to open up into our emotional body, into our physical body. Breathing. Note that the body has a habit when it feels tension to breathe very short because it's bracing for injury. If you can provide support by way of props and then employ long, deep breathing, you will create an environment of flexibility. Let's take 2 more breaths on this side. All right, inhale, rise it up. Feel free to slide back into a downward dog or come back into tabletop. And then take that left leg. Left knee slides to the wrist. Left foot comes toward the right hip point. I'm going to slide my right leg back. If needed, grab a prop to put it under that left hip. And then lift up through tented fingers. Stretch open through the heart, getting a nice long stretch through this whole front arc of the body on the right side. Shoulders down and away. And then slowly walk it down. Lay the belly on the calf. Hands can come under the forehead or arms can extend over the head on the ground. Long, deep breathing. Two more. All right, let's rise up. Swing those legs around. Okay. Flex through the feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge and bow. I always like coming down into a forward fold position when I come seated upright. And it just helps put everything in place. All right, we're going to come down laying on the back. And we're going to do a modification of bridge pose, which is going to involve some strengthening of the abdominals and also some stimulation into the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes. My hands are going to be grounded. I'm going to lift up into a bridge pose. I'm going to walk those shoulders and shoulder blades under the body, interlace the hands under my back. Tail turns toward the heels, chin is to the chest. And let's take that left leg, rise it up high to the sky. You can either have it at an angle or you can have it right up at a 90. It's your call. And I'm going to drop my butt right down onto my hands, not with a lot of weight, just enough to tap it down there, navel's pulled into spine, and then exhale, lift. Okay, let's go for 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, keep the navel engaged, 7, 6, 5, feel free to bend the knee if that's helpful, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ground that left foot. Hold and bridge. Let's take right leg. Lift it up high to the sky. Feel free to put it at an angle if you prefer, or put a bend in the knee, whichever you like. Strong in that left glute, strong in the navel center. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ground that foot. Last lift up into bridge. Inhale. Release the hands. Articulate the spine down. Exhale. All right, legs up to the sky. Engage through the feet, all the way up through the toes. Feel free to have a bend in the knees if that's helpful. Navel's engaged. And I'm just going to reach up, touch my toes, and then come right back down. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands come to the heart. Legs come out wide. Arms come through the hands. Engage. Index finger extends. Let's lift up through the center. 1. And 10. Release. Good job. Knees to the chest. Last little ab exercise we're going to do. So depending if you have a low back tenderness, you may want to slide your hands in under the pelvis just to support the low back. Otherwise, hands can be grounded. If you want to do add on an additional ab challenge for this exercise, the arms can be at a 45-degree angle. Okay, one leg is going to be out at, I guess you would say, I don't know, 60 degrees, and the other is up at 90. So either your hands are grounded under the pelvis or out at a 45. And I'm just going to start swishing my legs up and down. Lots of navel energy here. Keep that abdomen pulled to the spine as you breathe. Let's go for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Good job. Happy baby. Pull the feet and knees down toward the floor, flat through the spine, long through the tail. Rock from side to side. Let's extend the left leg down. Both hands come onto the right shin and pull that right shin in nice and tight toward the armpit. Extend the right leg long, interlace the hands behind the thighs, and just gently pull the thigh toward the body. Maybe gentle bend and extend. No hyperextension, just take the knee right to that point of neutrality on the extension. And then hold. Bend that right knee, right arm extends out, left hand guides the right knee across to twist. Try and keep that right shoulder grounded and really rotate through the spine. Allow the low back to release, allow the outer hip to feel a good stretch. One more breath. And release. Right leg grows long. Left leg comes up, interlace the hands behind the thigh. And gently pull the thigh toward the body, and then let's bend, extend. Again, try not to hyperextend as you extend. Just bring that knee to neutrality. Bend, neutral. Bend, neutral. That way you're not causing any harm to the body. Just employing some techniques to help you gain more flexibility and length through the hamstrings. All right, last time, hold. And then bend that knee. Left arm extends out. Right hand guides left knee across the body to twist. Gazing in the opposite direction of the bent knee. Rotating through that spine. Feeling that low back and outer hip stretch, nice and easy. And let's come back center. Feet and thighs turn out natural. Let's get ready for Savasana. I'm going to guide you through it, and then while you're laying down, I'm going to slide up and play a little sound healing. But in the meantime, let the feet and thighs turn out natural. Tailbone turns down. Palms face up next to the hips, shoulders away from the ears, and chin to the chest. And do a gentle energetic scan of the body, identifying places where there is still tension gripping. And just send a gentle message to that part of your body that it's okay to relax, that it's okay to soften. Allow the jaw to relax, allow the tongue to relax in the mouth. Ears fall back. Eyes sink back. And take this sacred, necessary time for stillness. This allows all the work we did today to assimilate into the body, into the nervous system. Allows the glands to rebalance themselves. Allows the chakras to balance and align. And just stay laying down, nice and gentle, nice and easy, receptive and calm. Gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrapping your forearms around your shins. Rock from side to side. And roll onto one side into fetal position. And then use your top hand to press yourself up seated. Cross-leg position. Hands come into the heart center. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Keeping the breath held, bring folded hands to third eye center, blessing that you'll be guided by intuition and have the wisdom and courage to follow it. Exhale, bowing forward. Namaste. Gently rise up. Honey, get out of the frame. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.